Car mechanics are finally speaking out about why fixing modern cars has become such a nightmare. And many believe today's vehicles have become far more complicated, expensive, and frustrating to repair than they ever needed to be. Before we continue, I want to take a quick moment to appreciate everyone who has been watching and supporting these videos. If you enjoy this type of content and want to see more deep dives like this, subscribing is the best way to stay updated. Now, let's get back into the video.
So to all of you guys out there who bring your car in for service, right? You come to the dealership. This isn't 2005 anymore. And I don't say that sarcastically. What I'm saying is these vehicles are really complicated. So in the sense of wanting to help you guys understand, these vehicles are getting more and more complicated. The techs are doing more and more training, but sometimes the diagnosing of these issues is deep. I mean, I have had a car here at Cadillac for 4 months. We literally have to check every single individual wire in that car. Now, keep in mind, we're working on 150 cars a day. So it's not like I have your car in the stall. Until I figure out what the issue is, I'm not touching another car. That's not how it works. Because in that case, the guy working on this person's car would have made $0 for 4 months. So you pull it in, you spend some time on it, you can't figure it out. You got to make money, so you put it outside, you fix a couple of cars, you get other people out of the way, you pull it back in. That's why it takes so long. Now, that's an extremely rare case, but in some cases, you know, even something simple like a check engine light, like it might take a half a day. So you can't wait like you used to. You don't show up at the dealer and just sit there for a couple hours and we'll have it fixed and ready for you. I mean, if you want to, but realistically, these cars take hours and sometimes days to figure out. So this is, I guess, like a PSA to let you guys know that it's just different nowadays, and be prepared for that. And don't get upset with us when we tell you. We're just trying to be honest with you so that you understand our time frame. This isn't us just wanting to keep your car parked outside for multiple days. It's just these things are complicated, and I want you to be able to make adult choices on what you need to do.
So these new cars now, you remember like the window regulator would go bad or the motor would go bad?
Yeah.
All right, you put one in and you're good to go. Have a great day. Now you put one in, you got to reprogram that motor.
Uh-huh.
I don't have a program. I barely turn my fucking computer on. I'm gonna program your motor.
Hey,
You know-
I did a Volvo turn signal bulb. Easy job. Comes in, turn signal bulb don't work. I get the bulb, I put it in, take it apart, put turn signal bulb in, still don't work. Come to find out, I put the scan tool on it. It works with the scan tool. After you change the bulb, you gotta do a whole
Relearn
and reset process with the scan tool for a stupid turn signal bulb.
20 years ago, if your car's battery died, you bought a new one. You swapped it out. What, 15 minutes on the driveway? And that was it, you were back on the road. Today, if your new car's battery dies, for most people without the diagnostic and coding software, it's going to mean a trip to the dealership for a dead battery. Or any other number of menial jobs for that matter, like the set of brake pads that needed a £2,000 tool and a subscription to swap them out. Thing is, more and more people than ever before are waking up to the ruse of modern cars and saying enough is enough. I just want something reliable that my local mechanic can still fix, that I can get parts for, and isn't going to bust the bank. Which is great. But you've probably noticed, look at what that's doing to good used car prices. They are rocketing. I mean, take a look at Honda CR-Vs. Car I'm very familiar with. Probably worked on hundreds of these over the years. Great car, but we're now into 5 figures for a low mileage Mark IV. 5 figures. So what, 11, 12,000 pounds for a nice low mileage example of a Mark IV? I mean, this is a car that you could have picked up 5 or 6 years ago for £6,000-7,000. And don't get me wrong, it's not just about CR-Vs. This anti-snob appreciation trend, it applies to almost all the well-known, reliable, repairable cars. Stuff that a couple of years ago really wasn't all that desirable. So what can you do to avoid overpaying without succumbing to the finite nature of the newer options? Well, first thing you can do is get nuanced on your car selection. I mean, everyone knows a CR-V fits the bill. it's reliable, it's repairable. Everyone knows a Toyota Corolla fits the bill, again, because they're reliable, they're repairable, you can get parts for them, which is why we're watching their values jump. What you need to do here is find a model that's still somewhat under the radar, an untapped resource, if you like, that offers these same traits, these same survivability traits, but maybe just never quite got the same press, the same airtime as other.
Hey Garrett, what's up? What is one thing people completely underestimate when it comes to car repair?
Ooh, that's a good question. The first thing that comes to mind for me is I think that people don't realize how complex new cars are. So let's just give an example of something that's 2015 and newer. A lot of cars have, touchscreen navs, right? Touchscreen displays. That's literally your iPhone. That is one computer in if we got a BMW or a European car, whenever we scan these cars, they have 72 computers in them, literally 72 modules. And I think that people don't understand that diagnosing some problems, like any electrical issue or maybe a component issue, it takes a lot of time and experience to get it down and to know what you're doing.
Hey Patrick, what is one thing people completely underestimate when it comes to car repair?
Honestly, probably how far the technology has come. There is a lot of emergent technology in vehicles these days, and I know we've talked a lot about ADAS systems and stuff in the past, but it is not just turning wrenches anymore. You really got to educate yourself and stay up with it if you want to remain relevant, especially in the days to come. But software has come a long way, metallurgy has come a long way, all the technology, all of it.
This is a video to explain how much I hate these cars. They are over-engineered, overpriced, underthought well, and make you miserable. Don't get me wrong, the Le Mans, V10 is amazing, it sounds cool, but one side you hear the V10, and then when it passes by, rod bearings. But essentially, this car came in for a very simple repair, and I'm gonna explain to you why I have gray hairs in my asshole. So, car came in, the brake pedal fell to the ground. The owner still drove the car to me, which God bless your little soul, my dude. Like, you have the nuts of an elephant to drive a vehicle with no brakes. But hey, kudos to you. And mind you, he drove all the way from freaking Plantation to West Palm. Cool guy. So we put the brake master in, and then the stupid vacuum pump says, "Me no want to live no more." Dead. So now essentially have to take it all back apart, put a new brake booster in it, put the master back in it, and then these unions only have so many uses. So this union decided not to be a union. It decided to be a non-union and fuck up the lines and basically make everything shitty. And now the ironic part is I called BMW and Hitler picked up the phone. He's like, you have to order from Munich, and hung up the phone. Pretty much told me to go fuck myself. So essentially took 2.5 weeks for the Munich factory to Munich me some unions and brake lines. Then TRW, aka BMW, just has no BMW stamp, but TRW parts are back in there, and check it out, everything works now. What's gonna happen now? This fucking thing's gonna go up my ass? I mean, come on, man. Essentially, these cars just make everything miserable. If you don't have the patience of a saint, you might as well smoke 3 blunts and eat some crackers, because you're in for a ride.
This is a prime example of why it is so expensive to repair today's vehicles. This Mazda CX-5 came in with a differential bushing that was completely blown out and torn apart. And as you can see, that bushing is completely ready to fall out of the car. Mazda does not sell this bushing by itself. This bushing is easily able to be pressed in and pressed out. However, they don't supply it to us or anybody in the world. So the only way to service this bushing is to replace the entire subframe. And that is a lot of added cost, time, labor, materials that is unnecessary. And we hate to see this, but our hands are tied when we cannot get the parts.
All this to change a light bulb.
All this to change a bulb. That's right.
The other thing about cars becoming so much more technologically advanced is a lot of repairs are now completely out of your hands. If you have a problem with a module, putting a new module may not be the right answer, because it may not be the box, it might be the software. Unless you're the one writing those softwares and firmwares, you're relying on the manufacturer to fix these issues. You're doing a bunch more stuff. the customer's paying a ton more money, which I guarantee you, they're not expecting a $2,000 alignment when they've had a $110 alignment on every other car they've ever had because of this extra technology in cars. Now, technology's done some great stuff for us, right? It's given us the ability to evaluate a car and scan a car and all this cool test equipment, but the technology rise of cars and the technology rise of tools are two different levels, and those only matter when the brain of a technician also rises as well. Training is a huge hole that we're going to talk about in a little bit, and if that one doesn't change, the automotive technician might actually be doomed.
They are literally building these cars so that you throw them away when they break. Literally, just throw them away when they break. Don't replace it, don't fix it, just throw it away. I broke this. Just a little plastic piece, I broke it. No biggie, no biggie. I'll look online. Can't find it. Let's call the dealer. So the guy on the phone was like, he spent like 10 minutes. He calls me. He actually had to call me back. Calls me back and says, actually, we can't just get the door handle. You have to order the entire door panel. So here is the brand new door panel, all because it broke the door handle up at the top. $500 mistake. Let me show you why you have to buy the whole new door panel. Every single part of this is welded or molded together. Even the speaker grill is molded together. So not only is everything molded together, nothing is sold separately. You couldn't just order that. You can't just order that. Can't order anything but just the entire door panel. And on top of that, it's because when GM gets the door panel from their vendor, it comes as all as one piece. So that means when you buy it, it's all one piece.
Hey, I just bought a brand new Mercedes EQE, and I can't figure out how to get under the hood. I looked everywhere, but I can't find a latch anywhere. Am I missing something? You're not missing anything. The hood on those cars just doesn't open. The hood doesn't open? Well, technically it does open, but just not for you. You need a Mercedes-specific computer at a dealership to get the thing open. But I own the car. You own the car. You don't own access to what's in it anymore. Why even add a hood that can be opened if I can't open it? It's for the technician working on the car. You take it to a Mercedes dealer, they plug in their fancy computer, and then they run diagnostics and turn off the safety systems and allows the trunk to open. So every time I need to look under the hood, I have to go to a Mercedes dealership now? Every time, yes. What if I just want to check something quick? There's nothing under there for you to check. There's no coolant reservoir, there's no oil dipstick, and your washer fluid goes in a little panel on the side of the car now. Okay, what if something goes really wrong and I need to check what's going on under there? Well, then you call Mercedes and take it to the dealership. That's the model now. That's insane. I paid $100,000 for this car. And part of what you paid for is a brand that wants you to use their service network exclusively. I don't think I agreed to that. You agreed to that when you bought the car. Okay, well, can I force it open? You can, but you'll probably void the warranty and trigger a safety lockout that'll brick your entire car. But physically, yes, you could force it. Yeah, that doesn't sound good. What's even under there? Three-phase motors, high-voltage inverters, bunch of stuff that you can't touch without risking sending a couple hundred volts through your body. So the hood's basically just decorative. The hood is for Mercedes, not for you. Is there anything I can do myself on this car? You can put washer fluid in it through the little door on the fender. That's it? That's it. I have a $100,000 car and all I can do is fill up the windshield washer fluid. That is the future of cars.
You know cars are bad now when Toyota and Honda can't even build a reliable car. And that's the whole problem. All these new cars, all this new stuff, the hybrid systems, all fully electric cars, that's not going to be easy to repair. I've always joked the new electric cars are going to basically require you to have almost like an engineering degree. You're going to have to be, or a computer science degree, because you're going to be doing so much more computer diagnostic, and that's just going to be insane. Because they're not paying the techs now, let alone someone with a computer science degree that works in software. I mean, if you work in software, you're making $100K, minimum. Let alone doing the difficulties of actually like trying to diagnose a car. Could you imagine what they would have to get paid? So it'd be very entertaining to see. But the problem, again, if Toyota and Honda can't build reliable cars right now, look at the Tundra, look at the Tacoma issues. It's going to be kind of scary. I mean, this thing has 265,000 miles on it. And if I hold this down, you'll see it has almost 10,000 hours on the engine. 9,714 hours on the engine. So they're just not built like this anymore. And it sucks. Like you said, they're complete garbage. And it's just sad.
Why are the more modern engines so shit? And to put that into a really brief perspective for you, I'm going to come over to something that looks like this. On the newer cars, you have a lot of emissions control. You have the DPFs, you have the EGRs, you now have a low flow EGR, you have CATs, you have GPFs, you have so many emissions control systems, and this is why the newer cars are failing. The diesels are not doing their DPF regenerations, and that is why you should only buy a diesel if you are doing the long journeys, because you do need to regenerate that DPF, otherwise you will just cause excessive back pressure. You will then fuck up your turbos, you will then fuck up your EGRs. All the emissions control system, it's all linked. If one of it doesn't work, it all pretty much doesn't work. You could have EGR low flow code, but you could have a cracked DPF. It's a very technical system now. So if you are going to buy a newer car and you are doing short journeys like school runs, buy a petrol. And if you are doing the longer journeys, by all means, buy the diesels.
Hold your foot on the brake and then tap it.
Y'all, I swear it just sounded like something popped off the bottom of my car. I don't know what's wrong. Do you hear my car right now? Do you hear that? Something's wrong. Something's really wrong. Do you hear it? Something just literally came off the bottom of my car. I don't know what's wrong. Oh my gosh. I'm scared to drive, guys. I'm scared to drive, and I'm doing Uber Eats right now. And my car was just in the shop, and the mechanic told me to drive more and come back. What the heck? I'm getting so stressed out. It sounds really bad. I'm so scared just to even drop off these orders right now. Oh my gosh, if you know anything about cars, please. I already have problems with my brakes, I know that, but what is wrong? Oh my god, 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 oh my god. It just stopped really bad.
Today, I want to talk about this emerging shift that's happening right now in the car world. This trend that's seeing Joe Public buying 10, 15-year-old cars opposed to newer ones. How on earth have we reached the point where something like this 10-year-old CR-V is considered a hot commodity? Well, what's happening here is people are waking up. They're waking up to the fact that new cars, they aren't all that. People are realizing that these new cars don't have the same level of repairability or longevity as they used to, not by a long way. You can put it down to government intervention, put it down to planned obsolescence by the manufacturers. Whatever you blame, the reality stays the same. Let's dive into it. Let's rewind back to, say, 2010, although you could go a bit earlier, because what did we have back then? We had the same flavour of car as in the 90s, just with some of the kinks worked out. Less harshness, more refinement, NVH became a thing, so that really helped. I've said it before, this was the golden age of cars. We had a good amount of tech, we had a good amount of creature comforts, it would be reliable, it'd be well equipped, and you or your local mechanic could work on it if something did go wrong.
Car mechanics are finally speaking out about why fixing modern cars has become such a nightmare. And many technicians believe vehicles today have become far more complicated to repair than they need to be. What used to be a simple repair that could be completed with basic tools has now turned into a process involving advanced scanners, software updates, and specialized equipment that many independent shops struggle to keep up with. Many mechanics say the biggest challenge is the amount of technology packed into modern vehicles. Cars and trucks now rely on dozens of computers, sensors, and electronic systems that all work together, meaning a small failure can sometimes create problems across multiple areas of the vehicle. Instead of replacing one simple part, technicians may spend hours diagnosing an issue before the actual repair even begins. For many mechanics, the frustration isn't just about the difficulty of the job. It's seeing how much harder it has become for everyday owners to maintain their own vehicles. They argue that while modern cars offer more features and convenience than ever, that extra complexity has also made repairs more expensive and time-consuming. That's why more technicians are encouraging buyers to think beyond performance, technology, and features, and start paying closer attention to how easy a vehicle will be to repair and maintain years down the road.